I'm tired of not feeling like myself. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I look really rough right now, which is me always on this channel, but I just got out of the pool a while ago, so my hair's still a little wet, no makeup on. I'm just a mess today. I just really have something that that I need to get off my chest. I've never been really good about expressing my feelings, I guess. So much to say is like I tend to keep things to myself. I just let things build up on my shoulders, and I don't talk about how I'm feeling. There was some things that went down last year with me as a senior, and a lot of those things I really just didn't talk about and it just built up. Everything just kept building up, and it became so overwhelming that, wow, I am really opening up today. I shut down, and depression kind of took over a little bit. I wouldn't talk to anybody. It got so bad that whenever it came time for lunch at school, I would normally pull my car around to the band room because I had band after lunch. It got to the point where during lunch I would some days I'd feel better and I'd go to lunch, and then other days I would go sit in my car and eat lunch by myself. And it was just because I completely shut down, and I just, everything was so overwhelming, and I didn't want to be around anybody. I've started eating lunch in my car most days. Some days I would feel better enough to go to lunch. I didn't want to believe that depression was taking over. I didn't want to believe that. It was so bad that these really negative thoughts were coming through my mind. I eventually looked up the symptoms online for depression. It showed me all the symptoms, and I checked off the ones that were actually that I was feeling, and it was like there was 2, I think, out of the maybe 6 or 7 symptoms, I think, maybe 8 symptoms, I don't know, but there was like 2 of them out of that entire list that I really wasn't feeling, but the rest of them lined up. I came to the realization that I needed to talk to somebody. I needed to get this stuff off my shoulders. I needed to get help. And not help as in go to therapy, because I knew they were going to put me on medication, and this medication is going to make your thoughts even worse than what I was having. So I didn't want to go that far, but I needed to talk to somebody about it, and maybe getting it off my chest, maybe that would help a little bit, and it did. I tried to tell Kennedy, and Kennedy was kind of like whatever the first time. And it eventually came out to, she eventually sat down and she listened to me, because it was a lot that I was going through, and she eventually sat down and listened to me, and we talked about it. So she knows what I was going through and everything, but then it was still there, and I couldn't get away from it even after talking to her. And it eventually came out to my mom, and she sat down with me. I cried, lots of tears, but it really helped talking to people about it, but it was still there. Your senior year is supposed to be the best year of your life, and for me it wasn't. For me it was a good year, but as much as I dealt with, I cut my hair off. People were thinking that I was a lesbian because I cut my hair off. Oh my gosh, cut your hair off Do not cut your hair off, guys, because if you do, people are gonna think you're gay. I don't know, I cut my hair off and everybody was just like, oh my gosh, Tori's gay, she cut her hair off and all this mess. All of that was going around. And I had that, and then there were people that they teased me a lot, and I let it get to me, and I let it get the best of me, and you know, it really hurt. Everything that they were saying, it really hurt. I finally get to college, and college was going great. I was away from home. I was ready to get out of this town because this town was like, I just needed to get away from everybody in this town because I knew that was kind of, I needed to get away from the people that were bringing me down, that were pulling me down. And I got to college, and I was actually really scared to get out and meet people because I didn't know who I was going to meet. I didn't know if I was going to meet somebody who would eventually start making me feel the same way, you know, and I was scared to get out and meet people throughout Welcome Week. And the day that all of the churches and everything were out on the quad, I was like, you know, I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna find me a church, because I had already been going to church for about 2 years maybe at the time, and that's because Amber actually, she got me to go to her church, and you know, I started going there. So I'd been going there for about 2 years before I went to college, so I was kind of used to being in church on a Wednesday night, and I wanted to be in church on a Wednesday night because of it. So I went out and I was going to try to find a church to go to, and I did. I found these really amazing people who took me in under their wing, and I was thrilled to have met the amazing people that I did through Chi Alpha, which is the church that I attend over there in Troy. And they took me in, they made me feel welcome. Okay, I'm not sure where my camera left off, but my memory card on my camera is completely full. So I'm just gonna start where I was. Kind of where I was. But I got involved in Chi Alpha, and everybody just really made me feel welcome. They're like my second family now. After that, I was kind of okay. I was fine. Now I'm back home, and things are kind of, for the past couple weeks, I mean, this was even before school let out, I haven't been feeling like myself lately. I've been feeling really down. Some days I wake up and I'm really happy, and other days I wake up and I'm just like, why am I here? But other days I wake up and I'm fine and I feel great, I'm happy, and it's just another life lived. Honestly, things today today was one of the days that I kind of woke up and I was like, not feeling like myself. And then we get in the pool earlier, and I have a bucket list, and this is gonna sound really random and just really dumb for how it's making me feel, but for me, it's just, with everything I've went through, and now I'm not feeling like myself again lately, and it just feels like people are putting me down again. We get in the pool earlier, and this bucket list of mine that I have a dream of going to California. Yes, I want to go to California, but I want to live there. This is where I want to live, because California is beautiful, and it's just where I want to live. My parents don't want me to go to California because there's fires, there are earthquakes and mudslides and all of this stuff, but that stuff does not matter to me. It's nature. I feel like there's so much on top of my shoulders right now because my family, I come from small town Andalusia, Alabama. I come from a family that I'm the first first person in my family to go to college, at least on my mom's side of the family that's going to college. So it's a lot on my shoulders. I feel like I have to accomplish so much to prove myself to them, I guess. If I finish college, I will have achieved something so great. But I also have all of this other stuff on my, like, I come from a family that's pretty much broke all the time. We suffice. I'm able to do things that I want to do, but I feel like I'm always putting my parents in so much stress because I want to go to the movies. I want to go to the beach with friends. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I can't because we don't have the money for it. I have all of these big dreams and big accomplishments that I want in my life. I want to do more. I want to accomplish more than what my family has ever been able to accomplish. I want to be able to tell my kids later on in life that, hey, if they ask me to go to the movies, sure, you can go to the movies because I'm not going to have to worry about bills. And it's not all about money. That's not what I'm worried about. I don't want to be rich. I want to be able to support my family in the way that my parents haven't been able to support me. They're stressing over me going to college right now, and I want to be able to tell them, yes, you can go to the movies. Yes, you can go to the beach. I want them to be able to do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. I want to travel. That is one of the biggest things. I want to travel around the world. I want to see all of these beautiful places on Earth. And I want to see the Grand Canyon. I want to live in California. That's where I want to live. I feel like I would fit in California more than I do in Alabama. I'm just sick of Alabama. I want to get out of the state of Alabama. But I want to go to California and live there because California is beautiful. I feel like I would fit in there because of my personality. My parents keep shutting me down. Everyone around me keeps shutting me down, telling me you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do it. The cost of living is awful. The amount of money you're going to make in California is probably not going to pay for anything at all. I understand that, but you don't know if you're going to be able to make it over there unless you try. I may not be able to live there, but I can at least try. I can give it a shot. But everyone keeps pushing me down. It's like I go forward and everybody just keeps doing this and I keep falling. I get back up and try again. They keep pulling me back, and it's old. I feel like no one has faith in me, honestly. This is just how I feel. I feel like no one has faith in me that I could catch a plane and go to California and live there. Yes, I'm going to start off in an apartment. Of course I'm going to start off in an apartment. I'm not going to be able to start off with a big, huge house. That's not how that works. You have to build yourself up in life. And I know this. They should know this. And you never know unless you give it a try. Point is, I'm not feeling like myself lately because people keep pulling me down. My bucket list, they literally are taking it and ripping it up in front of my face. They're burning it to the very last bit of paper. I'm tired of not feeling like myself. It went away. The depression, everything, I felt it lifted off my shoulders. I went to spring retreat. You guys saw the vlog on it. If you didn't, I will put it at the end of this video. You guys can go watch it. But I went to spring retreat with my church, and the last service I got prayed over. With everything that I've been going through, the anxiety, the depression, everything, I literally felt it being lifted off my shoulders that night as I was being prayed over. And I was fine after that. I was completely fine. I was back to my old self. Having thoughts that I shouldn't have again. I'm just really tired of feeling like this. So I guess you guys know a little bit more about me. You know my biggest secret now, pretty much. So that was a really long story, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me opening up my heart to you guys. But I will see you guys when I see you. Thank you for listening to my story. If you stayed through this entire video, thank you for listening to my story. It means the world to me, and I love you for it. I don't want you guys to think that I've made this video because I want pity. That's not why I made this video. It's just me sharing my story, me sharing a very tiny bit of my testimony. I'm not posting this video for your pity. I'm just sharing my story with you guys because I want you to know me a little bit better. And